Hey friends, in this video we will learn about Express session in Node.js. Let's first understand this with a real world example. Imagine you go to a library and get a special pass for the day. This pass has a unique number which is linked to you. So every time you go to a different section of the library, the staff instantly knows who you are, what books you have borrowed, and what services you're using, without asking you to introduce yourself again. So the important thing here is this pass doesn't contain all the details about you. It only has the number. All your actual information is stored safely in the library's computer system. That's how Express session works. The browser only keeps a small ID in a cookie and the real data stays on the server. In contrast with cookie session that we did in the last video, the entire information about you is stored inside the cookie on your browser. This means it doesn't need server storage, but it's less secure for sensitive or large data because everything is kept on the client side. So in Node.js, Express session is a middleware that stores information about a user across multiple requests. Normally, when a browser sends a request to a server, it forgets everything about you once the request is complete. Express session solves this by giving you a unique session ID stored in a cookie on your browser while the actual session data is kept on the server. This allows the server to remember things like your login status, your preferences, or items in your cart as you navigate between different pages. Now, Express session provides certain configuration options. First one is secret. So this is the secret key used to sign the session ID cookie. This ensures that the session ID stored in the cookie has not been tampered with on the client side. It can be any random string, but in production, you should make it long and secure. Second is a resave. This can be true or false. If you set this to true, the session will be saved back to the session store on every request, even if nothing changes in the session. So this can cause unnecessary changes to the store. Not recommended for production. It's usually better to set it to false unless you really know that you need it. Then we have save uninitialized. Again, a boolean value. If this is set to true, Express will save a new but unmodified session to the store. Means even if you don't change anything in the session, it still gets created and stored. This can result in lots of empty sessions. So again, usually better to set it to false to avoid storing useless sessions. Then we have got cookie, where cookie.maxAge we can utilize to set the expiration time of the cookie that stores the session ID. And we can give the value in milliseconds. Means if it's 10,000 milliseconds, means it's 10 seconds. Now we are good to go with a practical example. For that, you will have to install Express session, npmi Express session. So we'll wait for a while till this gets installed. Meanwhile, I'm going to create a file with the name Express session.js. Great, so this is installed. And now we can start importing. Import Express from Express create the instance const app equals to express and import the session from express session. Also now use the middleware using app.use, and inside this you're going to provide session function where you have to provide the object. So first property is the secret. Anything can be considered. Let's say it's my secret key. It could be anything. Then resave. Let this one be false. There's no need. And save uninitialized. Let this one also be false. The example that we are performing is when the user is already logged in, the message should be welcome username. If the user is not logged in, then we must provide a message, please log in first. And there will be one more route for destroying the session. So we are going to create 3 routes here. So first one will be app.get. I'm going to create /login. We need callback function, request, response, and create a session variable request.session.user. So this will be an object. We're going to provide properties, username, let's say it's my name, and let's say the role is I'm an admin, and there needs to be a response user logged in and saved in session, and this role. Next we are going to create another route that will be the dashboard. App.get dashboard request and response parameters, the callback function. Now we are going to check that if the request.session.user exists. If request.session.user, if this is true, then response.send, we're going to use backticks, welcome $request.session.user.username. Right, and else response.send, please log in first. A third route is required for destroying the session, app.get, and that will be /logout. Pass the callback function, request, response, objects, and you need to use request.session.destroy in order to destroy the session, where you can pass a callback function. This callback function can accept a parameter error, and you can check if there is an error, then you can have return response, or let's have response.send error while logging out. Right, else response.send successfully logged out. And finally, we can make our application to listen, and I'll simply write app.listen. And without passing any callback function, I'm just simply putting 3000 as the port number. Let's check the result. We are going to run Node Express session. Right, so this works. And we will go to localhost 3000. First of all, I'll go to dashboard in order to check if I'm still being shown my dashboard without logging in. So this says please log in first. I'll go to login route. Now my session is saved. Now I can go back to my dashboard because I'm logged in now. So you see that welcome and the name of the admin. So if you want to now log out, go to logout route. Successfully logged out. Try to access your dashboard again, and you again see please log in first. It means that your session is now destroyed successfully. That's it for today's session on Express session. We learned how to set up sessions, configure options, and manage session data in Express. Remember, sessions help keep track of user data across multiple requests, making your application more interactive and secure. If you found this helpful, please like, share, and subscribe for more Node.js tutorials. Meet you in the next video.